Hey yo, what's up, everybody? This is Dave Wood, and I'm sitting here. I got my naughty microphone. My brother hooked me up with, and chilling out at Starbucks. I want you to pay attention now. I want you to pay attention now as as you're watching this video. Hey, what's up? Whoever just joined us, feel free to say hello in the comments. As you're popping in. And but whoever just popped on, hey, hello, whoever just popped on. We got 4 people on now. I haven't really been live or active on this YouTube channel because, of course, I've been more live and active on my other one. I just kind of decided to separate my religion stuff and my business stuff, and I'm actually pretty good at doing that now. I didn't used to be good at it, but I'm pretty good at it now. And so this will be like business only channel, and then the other one, I'll talk about my spiritual stuff there. And then I'm also going to have a Kung Fu channel. And that'll be my other YouTube channel. I remember what it was like to just take Kung Fu for the very first time. I remember I grew up taking karate, and I took Shotokan Gosokaru with Mr. Scott up in Fairbanks, Alaska. This guy was like this giant black bear. You know what I mean? He was a wrestling champion, and he was a world karate champion. He was an 8th degree black belt in Shotokan. He's an 8th degree black belt in Gosokaru. He's probably a higher black belt now, to be honest with you. He's like a 2nd degree black belt in Aikido, 5th in Taekwondo. I mean, this guy was something else. Now, he didn't used to explain stuff very good. So what he used to do is he used to just say, hey, if a guy throws a punch at you like this, and then you go like this, and then somebody throw like a punch at like this, he goes, then you flip your back like this, and then you grab their arm, and then you throw them on the ground like this, and you spin them in a circle, and then he had no explanations for how he was doing any of this stuff. It was some of the funniest behavior I have ever seen from a grown man. So, anyways, then I went down and I moved down to Utah, to Orem, to go to college over at what used to be Utah Valley State College. And then today it's Utah Valley State University. Whoever just joined us, hello. And basically, I went down there, and then I wanted to take Wing Chun all my life. And why did I want to take Wing Chun? I wanted to take Wing Chun all my life. And the reason I wanted to take it was because I was kind of obsessed with Kung Fu and Bruce Lee had taken Wing Chun. So, and Bruce and Wing Chun was started by a woman. It's a very interesting martial art, right? So it's a very feminine art, and because obviously it was started by a woman 350 years ago, right? So I go down to this school, and I meet this guy named Carlos Colorado. Now, this guy looked like he was like a woman. I mean, his arms are so skinny. I think you can actually find photos of Carlos Colorado on YouTube, right? And look him up in Orem, Utah. I mean, this guy looks like a chick. I mean, he's really, really small, right? He's a Mexican guy. But his arms are like so skinny. Like you've never seen a man with arms that are this skinny before, right? So in any case, Carlos is the best Kung Fu instructor I had ever met in my life up until I met Sifu Heimberger, who's my Kung Fu Sifu. And so in any case, this guy, that class was so good. I don't know if you know what it's like to walk down to the beach, sinking your toes in the hot sand, and just thinking, this is so good. I don't know if you ever know what it's like to just be refreshing your email inbox and have instant 100% commissions dropping into your bank account daily. Is one day you're discovering a new key to the universe. Perhaps it's the law of attraction. Hello, who's joined us. Perhaps the law of attraction. Perhaps it's just understanding what it's like to play in the sands of time. Thinking about,
your bank account expanding exponentially. Is like commissions are depositing themselves in your bank account. That's what's happening. The commissions are actually calling their other friends, which are also commissions, and they're saying, hey, let's jump in this guy's bank account. Let's jump in this lady's bank account. Let's jump in your bank account, because what happens is that you pulled out your credit card and you made a decision to buy something in particular one day when you were in Walmart, and it was like you're standing in line, and then what happens is you're looking at all the things, and you see some Altoids, and all of a sudden you say, I didn't remember to buy the Altoids before, so you pull out your credit card and you make a decision to buy. So in any case, let me tell you what I'm going to do here, okay? And I know it seems like I'm changing my mind a lot. The reason is because I try something, and then some of it works and some of it doesn't work, and then some of it I'm working on. Like, for example, I'm working on the only government approved money getting system funnel down in the comments below. And so if you click on that, what happens is that you're going to be taken to a page. You just put your name and phone number in there, but I've been working on that. And the next thing that I'm working on, and this is going to be a little bit later on today, and I'm probably going to email this to my list. I mean, I could probably figure out a way to probably email several thousand people a little bit later on today a link, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to relaunch my recruiting boot camp. But this time, I'm basically going to, teach people to promote whatever it is that they want to promote, starting with the boot camp, right? So what I'm going to do with that boot camp is we are going to probably pay the commissions down 10 levels rather than doing like a heavy front end. And the reason is because it's a network marketing boot camp. So it makes sense that we help you build your business, and then also that you get some extra commissions paid in the downline. So what'll happen is you're going to, and it's not going to be a network marketing company. It's going to be yes, it is. I'm just joking. I was like, it's not network marketing, So I'll pay that down, and that'll be a product of I Am Transformation International, which is my new product company. What's the product company all about? The product company is all about that's where I'm going to do my martial arts products. Okay. So I decided to separate the Empower Network products because the Empower Network is like make money stuff. And it didn't really, the pitch wasn't really making sense to connect those two things together because it was a little convoluted and really complex. So what I'm going to do is with Empower Network, and I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do, like initially, okay? Initially, I'm going to put all the products back on the site here over the course of the next month. And then they'll be available for purchase, but I'm going to pay out like probably a third commissions until the company debt's paid off. And then we'll increase it back to 100% commissions the way that it used to be before. And then I'll just sell the products for a while. And then I Am Transformation International will have new products that has no debt. And so I Am Transformation International, which is a Costa Rican company, and they're going to own all the copyrights and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's impossible to pursue a company in Costa Rica. You got to fly all over the place. It's super expensive. It's very safe. Okay. So I Am Transformation International will be a product company. Obviously, they'll have a U.S. brand, too, to support the United States with the U.S. business. But we don't need to have the U.S. brand, own all of the transactions. It's actually improper checks and balances to do that. It's not necessary, right? I love the United States. It just is what it is. It's business, right? Does that make sense? I'm a very strong favoritism towards the country, in a way that helps the international nations win if they keep our commandments. I'm just joking, sort of. In any case, so we're going to do the recruiting boot camp, and a lot of you guys were a part of my recruiting boot camp before. Why would you want to be a part of the recruiting boot camp? Now, first of all, the recruiting boot camp is a little bit brutal, okay? But it's not designed really to be a permanent thing. But it's a really good way. It's the best habit that you could possibly have over a very long period of time for your business, and that is to make 50 phone calls a day. And let me explain why. Now, if you don't use software for that, it's miserable. But if you're just sitting there and letting the software do the dialing for you, what happens is that you get to show up for people and you get to build people skills. So we really changed people's lives in the recruiting boot camp. I mean, if you talk to, for example, Valerie Jampolsky, who I helped really learn to recruit. Now, she's not talking to me right now. Valerie, you're being ridiculous. I love you. I, you know, uh, uh, it is what it is. And so in any case, but Valerie Jampolsky got so good at recruiting in like 3-4 weeks that she literally got in a car and started talking to a taxi driver. And by the end of the taxi drive, the guy wanted to give her like $5,000. Now, why is that? It's because she got so good at listening and asking the right questions from listening to how I recruit. Okay. So if you listen to how I recruit and you get that into your unconscious mind, and I'll do it with you, and then I'll basically show up to appointments. I'll probably show up to about 4 or 5 calls a day, to be honest with you, but they'll be scheduled because I'm a little bit past this, but which is where you want to get. But like I'll do it with you for a little bit, and I'll show you how to make recruiting phone calls. Right, recruiting phone calls are very easy to do, and I don't want you obviously to cold call forever and ever and ever and ever. I was talking to some good friends about that, and they're like, that's not really what people want. And I'm like, well, what do people want? It's like to get leads and sales. So we're going to show you how to generate your own leads. We're going to show you how to do social media, and we're going to show you all sorts of stuff when you join now the recruiting boot camp. Okay. So this recruiting boot camp, there's a product cost, and then probably it's going to end up. I'm going to set it up today. It's not going to take me very long because I know what I'm doing. I've done this before, and we'll be able to go and call through all this data that that we have in place, and then get people involved in the recruiting boot camp. And I'll show you guys how to build a business through something that I call the taproot theory. And what's the taproot theory all about? Well, the taproot theory, what it's really all about is like building a root. Like if you imagine the root of a tree, like an apple growing into the earth, and it goes down, and the apple just keeps pushing down into the earth. And then what happens is that a termite bites it and it explodes, and it's like a wick, and it's like this, and then the fire's growing up, and then it explodes into a flame of dancing light. That's what taproots do. What do you mean? You want to build an organization from the bottom to the top. You want to build an organization from the bottom to the top. You want to build an organization from the bottom to the top. Now, why do you want to do that? Because if you try to build from the top to the bottom, it doesn't work because you miss the people in favoritism towards the leaders, like most people do. But if you build it from the bottom up, the new blood being the lifeblood in your business, all of a sudden, I could show you a technique to close like 20 sales a day using the taproot technique. I'm not joking. I mean, I like 20. You could make phone calls all day long, getting sale after sale after sale after sale. So let me explain. The calling people, okay? Calling people is when you call people, okay, and get all the feedback. And this is why I encourage people to go through a short period of time of cold calling. Because if you don't ever do this, your marketing is never going to win. The reason is because you won't understand people and what they go through. You won't understand how to communicate with your good leads. You won't understand how to communicate with your high ticket, with your audience to buy your high ticket offers. You got to talk to people. Talking to people is like the magical, and it was what we were missing really in empowerment before. One of the things, there's many, but one of the things we were really missing, even when we were at our peak, was people weren't talking to people. So it was just from the karma of that, setting the company up for collapse, right? Because we're missing the glue. that holds the organization together. And what's that? It's people. When everything stops working, the people are still there. Okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to meet together 6 days a week for now. I'll probably reduce back down to 5 at one point. Probably 6 for a month, and then maybe I'll try 5. Maybe 5. I don't know. And I think 6. We'll meet together 6 days a week. We're going to do a training for maybe 30 minutes. We're going to make calls, and then we're going to have a feedback session for maybe 30 minutes by week. We're going to do a training for maybe 30 minutes. We're going to make calls, and then we're going to have a feedback session for maybe 30 minutes by one of our trained leaders. Now, before we did the recruiting boot camp, we weren't paying any commissions on it. I don't really need to pay commissions on the recruiting boot camp. I'm just doing it to help you. Call everyone in the United States. Everyone will get a phone call. And you get to be in early to that. Appreciate all of you. Instead, and then what happened is these police were driving up, slapping the window, and had the paint peeling off, no rusted tires. And then what happened is I got rich on the internet instead. And then what happened is these police were driving up, slapping the window one night. As you're telling your kids a story, Gabriel and Angel, if you see this, I love you. Priscilla, I love you. And as you're going into a deep trance, you realize it's time to get started.